Hi to our virtual delegates. I'm Emily Ross of the United Nations Foundation, and I'm really pleased to be here with Liam O'Doherty from Taking It Global. We're here at the last day of the Global Youth Forum. It's been an incredible 3 days. People have been working around the clock. Youth are really engaging here in Bali, but also really importantly to the virtual delegates online. I think there are over 2,500 of you, and your recommendations are really going to be part of the outcome. So Liam has been helping to facilitate a lot of the virtual engagement and has some feedback to share with you to show how your voices have been in a really significant part of the conversation. Liam.
Absolutely. And when we're trying to engage with this next generation of youth leaders, it's very important that we extend beyond the physical space here within Bali to include inputs and recommendations and feedback from all of you out there in an online place. And so just to give you a sense of how awesome and how much input we've had, as well as kind of what the process has been, we've been taking recommendations from over 2,800 different registered delegates on our ICBD youth platform, who have contributed 580 recommendations so far, and we're still not done yet. So if you have an opportunity to add some more recommendations, please get them in there. We've also been following a conversation online with the ICBD Youth hashtag, which has had over 6,000 tweets in it. And we've been taking recommendations in English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and Arabic. And so our team of 49 different Indonesian volunteers, as well as our translators, have been taking all of the input and the ideas from you and basically making sure that they get represented in the actual outcome negotiations here in Bali. And then those are often reflected in the outcome documents that get negotiated well into the night here. Apart from that, we've also been doing various ways of engaging with the audience here and collecting different art and kind of the impressions and the ideas of what they're doing. And so we have some beautiful art in the background here and photographs that kind of show the different connections that young people have been having with each other and the different networking that they've been doing so far here.
Oh, wow. And is this some of the Twitter activity here?
Yeah, so this shows basically the total amount of tweets, as well as the tweets per hour at our peak, to kind of show the peaks and valleys in terms of engagements in the conversations. So our total, at the apex of our engagement, we had 1,033 tweets per hour. And then we've also been able to open up Ustream, live stream and YouTube accounts. So we've had 1,768 hits to our live stream account, all of you joining us here in the virtual world, as well as 7,758 hits to our YouTube channel, which has been just amazing to see. There's so many people who are able to kind of bring their voice to this forum and really contribute and influence the outcome documents. And so this shows our ICBD youth platform, and so as people submit their inputs and add votes, the thought bubbles or the speech bubbles get darker. And so we've been able to very visually see how these different issues are affecting you and what your recommendations are. Yeah, it just gives you a sense of all the different ideas and conversations that's been going on in an online space.
I think what's really neat about this conference and this current youth generation is that social media, it really widens and opens up the playing field. And so you could be here in Bali, you could be back in New York, you could be in Paris, and you're having just as much of an opportunity to engage. And so this afternoon, we'll be seeing all the final recommendations, right, in the adoption of the official outcome.
Absolutely. There's still an opportunity to submit even more input and voting for your favorite recommendations so far on civic participation and how we can kind of bring youth voice into that space. And so I definitely encourage you to register your votes while you still can. There's a short window now over the next 2 or 3 hours while the participants here are in the virtual cafes or the global cafes. So get your ideas in, have your voices heard, and contribute to the process here in Bali.
And for everyone that's been watching online, I know you've already been to the website, but icpdyouth.org does have all the links to the YouTube channel, so you can watch any of the videos that maybe you didn't get a chance to see, and to continue to follow the conversation, obviously, on Twitter and on the 7 Billion Actions Facebook page as well. And I don't know if you have anything else to say, but I had one final thought after.
I just wanted to thank everybody for their input and to be able to kind of put their ideas into this process. It's been really awesome to see all the input as they come in, to work with our amazing team here, and to ensure that the voices of the 43%, extend beyond the walls of the conference center here to the global conversation that can be enabled through the technologies that we have available to us today.
And this is an opportunity to feed into the ICPD plus 20 review that will culminate in 2014, but also to what comes after the UN Millennium Development Goals, which will technically expire in 2015, but we know there's a lot still to be done, and we can build on the momentum of the progress in building the next framework. So youth has really a huge opportunity here to contribute for what the future of global development will look like.
Absolutely. The conversation is going to continue after this, so keep engaged and keep sharing your input and ideas through the channels that you have.
And I would like to just second Liam's thank you to everyone watching online. We wish you could have been here in person, but the online engagement has been no less significant, and it's been extremely meaningful. And as we move forward, Tribal Brands has been here, and they've actually been in charge of a lot of the interesting content that Liam has been sharing in terms of the photographs you've been seeing and some of the really neat drawings also. And they're launching a new empowering mobile platform, and what that's going to allow people to do is going to allow youth to actually make suggestions about the issues they care about and the different organizations that can provide the solutions, and that's going to feed into a mobile app. And so going forward, you should definitely follow their Twitter handle at @empowering actions. That's the letter M, powering actions, in the same hashtag, empowering actions, to submit your suggestions and seek solutions and real actions that people can take moving forward. So we're going to be breaking now for the World Cafes, and then resuming in about 2 hours for the recommendations on leadership and youth participation. So we hope you come back then.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. That's a cool drawing.
Yeah, I like it a lot. There's so much cool stuff coming out of this. So many active